I chatted to him about that yesterday. I was like, oh, I see we're both like trying to like
So I was even talking
push
to him
from both
about like
sides.
uni and stuff like that. I was saying to him, like, because he's 16, so he won't be going to uni for another 2 years because he did transition year. I was saying, like, I want you to have the choice of whether you go to uni or not. I don't want this to be a
Yeah.
compulsory thing.
Mhm.
Because, like, if you start your business now
Mhm.
and get to a good point, uni will be optional.
Yeah.
Because uni, in this day and age as well, with the way everything's moving, like, you don't need a degree for a lot of things,
No,
majority of things. If you
you
want to do well
don't.
in life, you don't need a
No,
degree.
you don't.
It's just optional depending on the route you want to take.
Mm.
So I was telling him, like, it took me a while to figure out, okay, the world
Mm.
doesn't actually work as simple as everyone thinks it is. Because we all
Yeah.
think it's go to school, go to uni, graduate, get a job,
Yeah.
get married, get a mortgage,
It's not step
blah,
by
blah,
step.
blah. It's
Doesn't have to be
literally, it's
step by
not
step.
that. Like, you can create the life that you want to have. So I'm really trying to drill that into him to kind of start now. Because
Mm.
if he starts now, he'll be, by the time he's 20, 21, he's still a baby and
Thing is,
he'll be killing it.
we can see that, and so that's why we're like,
Like,
just
shaking him.
please,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah, literally.
Because it's a lot of pressure. We're trying to do stuff. Can you just like do something too? And then we can all just
Yeah,
be
exactly.
making like good money and stuff like that.
That's what I was saying. Like, I want us, all those like brothers, just to be able to,
Be independent and
yeah, and all be doing well. I don't want it to be a case of like 2 of us do well and 2 of us aren't, or this. Like, I want us to all individually be doing our thing and absolutely killing it.
But also because there's so much, like he observed, there's so much young money about.
Yeah,
Like people are making so much money online, and at his age as well, I'd really hate for him to look back and think, oh yeah, you know what? When I was in school, I had so much free time and I didn't do anything. Because I think
yeah,
back to COVID and I'm like, oh, I had so much free time and all I was doing was nothing. And I
yeah.
wish I did, because so much good came out of COVID, like business wise, so much. And I wish like I could have, I can't wish to think something that never came to my mind, but I wish it had. And so for him, I really want him to realize that now.
Yeah.
And so that he can make that decision.
Yeah, exactly. Like, drill it into him early, because he'll be so, when he looks back in maybe like 5 years, he'll be so happy he started.
So happy.
And that's what I want for him. I want him to be,
We're almost like, you know, those types of parents that push their kid for uni and high grades at school. We're like that, but the opposite in a way. We're like, start your business, do this, do that.
yeah, facts.
Like,
Yeah.
we're like, don't come out of your room until you've watched 5 videos on e-commerce on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
literally,
facts.
that's what we've done.
Yeah, facts.
You're like, I'm not taking you to get your hair done.
Until you find the product to
Until
sell.
you find a
Yeah,
product
yeah,
to
yeah,
sell.
facts, yeah.
Like, that's hilarious. But that kind of links into a topic I wanted to discuss today, which essentially is titled Be Delusional.
Interesting.
So,
I like that we have like a topic title.
yeah, I
Nice.
thought so.
Go.
Now, all of these young people in and around Manchester driving around in their nice cars and stuff at a young age, what do you think it took for them to get there? Do you think having a delusional mindset, even probably potentially even a naive mindset, would have been what got them there?
You tell me, what's your take on it?
I think definitely
first, yeah.
100%. I think that you have to be almost a little bit naive and not think everything through. And when you're young as well, you're not necessarily thinking everything through. You're just doing, because look, you're living at home, you haven't got so many outgoings, you got a lot of free time. That's your time to be testing things. And so that's your time to not play it safe and be delusional. Be like, yeah, you know what? I've got all this money saved. Well, let's just say you got some money saved up from your job. Let me put that all into this and make it work. And when it pays off, you're like 20 and driving around in these nice cars. I think you have to be delusional because it doesn't make sense otherwise.
Yeah, no, facts. If you go based on like
The steps that we were saying earlier.
yeah, or even just the steps and like what other 16, 17, 18-year-olds would be doing.
You're not going to follow the crowd. You're not going to be like, because all your friends are probably like, yeah, I'm going to finish school, going to go to college, go to uni, and then figure it out. And it's very easy to follow, or was it, just follow the flock or whatever.
Follow the crowd, yeah.
Follow the crowd. And it's just, it takes a lot to go out on your own. So that's why it's so important to have a community or people who are maybe been there, done that. So like what Chris has with us, he's got people there to try and guide him.
Yeah.
And I think that's so important, but you have to be delusional. Otherwise, it actually doesn't make sense on paper.
Yeah, that's a great point. I was even saying to Chris, like, if you do what the majority do, you'll be like the majority.
Yeah.
Now, the majority of people aren't rich. A lot of them aren't can't pick their own hours to work. A lot of them can't be, travel where they want when they want. And that's
Mm,
because a lot of people have done what everyone else does. So I was literally
mm,
saying, like, for you to have these things, or not even have these things, but just have choice. I think for me, everything's about success is about choice. If I can choose to be somewhere at a certain time or do
mhm,
something
mhm,
in a certain area,
mhm,
I think that's success because like I have the choice. But then it's like about building the means to get to a point to have the choice. Do you see
mm,
what I'm trying to say?
mhm.
So it's not even like in the material sense. So him, for example, I was telling him like there's a 16-year-old guy he was hearing of. I think he has like an info product or something, and then he's doing 100K a month at 16.
16.
At 16. Now,
Oh,
at 16, that is absolutely crazy to think you can make that amount.
yeah.
There's no reason on earth you should be thinking you can make 100 grand per month at
Well,
16.
kids are even making money on Roblox, or is that what's called
Y-
Roblox? Do you
There's
know?
a game called Roblox, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Like there's young kids making fortunes on that.
yeah,
Like kids,
yeah,
insane. Sorry,
yeah,
carry on. Carry on.
yeah.
I just had to.
Yeah, so I, yeah, so what I'm saying is like there's no reason for that kid to think he can make that amount. And I think it's like courses and stuff he does that he sells, but
Of course.
he had to be delusional, borderline crazy to say, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna go for it and do all this. But I think with you being young, you have that privilege of being naive, like
Naive.
you said, and you just do stuff.
Mhm.
And if it works, happy days. If it doesn't, you're still a 16-year-old kid. You see what
Mhm.
I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So I feel like sometimes even as you age, you need to tap into that mindset of just being a kid, like do stuff. Stop being scared of failing. Because I think
Mm.
we've been conditioned to think failing is really bad. Like if you fail an exam, your parents aren't happy, your teacher aren't happy because you haven't done this. If you I don't know, you don't reach certain expectations or interviews. If you fail the interview, you didn't get the job. It's all associated
Yeah.
with like a bad outcome. But when it comes to like, for example, like business and stuff like that, it's always okay. This didn't work. What did I
Mm.
do wrong? Let me apply it differently. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you're learning from your lessons. I
Yeah.
think we need to learn to fail faster because then we get feedback quicker, and then that feedback we can now apply moving forward, which
Mhm.
will get you to your goal a lot quicker.
Yeah.
So we we almost just need to be childlike in that sense to just try stuff and do
Mm.
stuff, experiment, because that's how we'll
Mm.
get to our goal. I
Mm.
think people overanalyze, and it's I think it's also a privilege to not be as smart as the average person as well.
Not to think everything through
Because if you're like
necessarily.
quote unquote smart, you're gonna try and plan this,
Mhm.
control this,
Mhm.
analyze this. Sometimes it's like just do it, bro. Because
Yeah.
that's why you realize when you start interacting with people who are doing really well, and you come back, you're like, that person's not even that smart. But
Yeah.
the difference is they went and they did it, and
Yeah.
that's what everyone needs to do. Just go and do the thing, and
Exactly.
yeah, be delusional because it's never gonna make sense to people around you. If you have an idea or a goal, you need to go and do it. It's not
Mm.
gonna make sense to anyone but you. But who
Mm.
cares?
Mm.
Because when it works, they'll be like, wow, you're a genius. Do you
Mm.
see what I'm trying
So
to say?
brave.
You're so
Yeah.
brave. I couldn't do that myself and blah, blah, blah. But no one knows how things are going to play out.
Mm.
It's just up to you to have that goal in mind and push and push and push.